Hello everyone, welcome to Visu Designs' 6th video where we continue our SketchUp Academy Series. My name is Sophie and I work with SketchUp for interior design and design education to bring others' dream spaces to life. Today we will be going over how to draw some of the basic 2D forms with measurements, using the skills we learned in the previous video in this series. So, let's get into it. Let's get started by opening up the file we made in the past video. Or if you haven't watched those videos, I recommend going back and checking those out before starting this one, as we will be working on that file for the entire series. Okay, so last video we went over the few basic drawing tools that you will be using constantly while working on your SketchUp models. Those were lines, arcs, and shapes. So today, using those tools we learned about last tutorial, we will be working on creating some shapes using actual measurements. On the screen you can see some of the shapes we will be making today along with the measurements we will be using. Feel free to write the measurements down or take a picture if you want to work at your own pace. If not, I will go over every step of what we do along with the measurements in this video. We will be working in imperial measurements throughout this series, but I will add in the metric conversions on the screen when needed. To get started, let's move over to some of the empty space on your drawing file. To start off, let's begin with the basic line tool. So go up to the toolbar and select the line tool. Once selected, go back over to the empty space in your drawing and place your first point for the line. Once placed, move your mouse towards the right-hand side of your screen and let it hover there for a minute. Now, to add in a specific measurement for the line, we can take a look at the bottom right-hand corner of the file. You should see a small box labeled as measurements in that corner. That is where you can check what measurements you are putting in. For this first line, the measurement we want is 7 feet. So all you have to do is leave your mouse alone where it is and just start typing on your keyboard 7 and then the feet symbol. Once it shows up correctly on that box, you can select enter on your keyboard and you should see the line automatically adjust itself to that measurement. You can check to see if your measurement is correct by selecting the measuring tape tool and selecting first on one end of the line and hovering over the other end of the line. On that same measurement box, you should see 7 feet pop up as the total length of your line. Now let's continue on with drawing our first shape. From that new point on that line, you will start the line command and move your mouse up from that point. And you will add in the measurement 7 feet space 2 space 3/4 inches and to create a measurement for the second line of 7 feet and 2 3/4 of an inch. For the final line of the shape, you will continue from that last point created and then go down and to the left diagonally to create the angle of what you can now see will be a triangle. The measurement for this line is 10 feet and 3/4 of an inch. So you will type in 10 feet space 3/4 inches. Now here's your first fully measured shape. Now let's practice our new skill with the arc tool. For this first shape, we will select the regular arc tool at the top and pick our first point on the screen to start the tool. From there, you will move your mouse straight to the right and type in 9 feet as your length and select enter. Once completed, you can now move your mouse up and to the left to start creating the degree of the curve. Same as measurements, you can type in the degree of an object into that measurement box at the bottom right. So for this shape, our degrees will be 90, so all you have to do is type in 90 and then enter on your keyboard. You should see a curved line now form on your screen. Now for the next shape, we will use the 2-point arc tool. So select that tool and select your first line on the screen. Next, move your mouse straight to the right and type in 14 feet for your first measurement. To finish creating the shape, you can move your mouse straight up from those 2 points and type in 5 feet to create your next arc. Next, we will practice using the 3-point arc. So select the tool and select your first point on the screen. Then move your mouse straight to the right and type in 10 feet. From there, you can move your mouse up in any direction and type in the degrees of the curve, which is 280 degrees. Now you should see your 3-point arc tool shape. Finally, for the arc tools, we will practice using the pie tool. So select the pie tool at the toolbar and pick your first point on your screen. Then move your mouse straight and to the right and type in 10 feet and select enter. Once that is done, you can move your mouse up in any direction and type in your degrees, which are 230. And there you have your first 4 shapes using the arc tools. Now let's give it a try with the Shapes tool. First, let's select the Rectangle Shape tool. Once selected, you can pick a point on the screen to start the tool. For the rectangle, we need to put in both the length and the width before selecting end. The length for the rectangle is 10 feet, 3 inches, and the width is 6 feet. So to type these measurements, you will type in 10 feet symbol, space, 3 inch symbol, comma, space, 6 feet symbol, and enter. This creates your first rectangle with measurements. Next, let's practice with the circle tool. First select the tool and then select the center of where your circle will start. From there, move out from that point and type in the measurement of your radius, which is 6 feet. And there you should have a fully formed circle. Similarly to the circle tool, we can create a polygon. First select the polygon tool, then select the center of where the polygon will start, then move your mouse out from that point straight to the right and enter the radius of 4 feet, and you should have your first fully formed polygon. Hopefully this video helped shed some light on drawing some of the basic 2D forms with measurements. Next episode, we'll introduce you to some of the ways you can use the push-pull tool to create 3D objects. If you're looking for the next video in this series, click on the video that pops up on the screen. Feel free to give this video a like if you found it helpful, and consider subscribing so you don't miss any future videos. Till next time!